The chair notes a disturbance of the committee proceedings. The room will be in order. And we now proceed with Congressman Dean Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Liu, I appreciate your observations on the recent election, both the positive elements and also the challenges. In the State Department's post-election statement, the indication was the United States is going to work with the next Pakistani government regardless of the party. I just want to clarify that that has always been the case, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the department has also expressed concerns about human rights and democracy in Pakistan where appropriate, but has never taken a position on who should lead an elected government in Pakistan. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And the department's statement also noted that claims of interference or fraud should be fully investigated. And since that aspect of the statement has gotten a lot of play in the Pakistani press and on social media, could you elaborate on what was intended by that statement?
Representative Phillips, the Pakistani people, through their constitution, have created a system by which the Election Commission of Pakistan hears the complaints of Pakistani people, of candidates and political parties to render judgments about election irregularities. We, as a partner of Pakistan, have called for that to be done transparently and fully, and for those found responsible for irregularities to be held accountable. We can see a process whereby that's happening. The Election Commission of Pakistan has formed a high-level committee which is now sifting through thousands of petitions from people across Pakistan who have complained about the very same things that we have noted in our statement. We will be monitoring that process very closely. We will be encouraging the government and the Election Commission to make sure that that is a fully transparent process with the Pakistani public.
Do not recognize this.
Mr. Liu, if you just might move your microphone just a little close. It's a little hard for some of us to hear too. Thank you. This is not Pakistan related per se, but it is your area of responsibility. So I want to ask also about India. I know the administration is looking at accountability for the alarming allegations that a government of India official was connected to a murder for hire plot targeting a Sikh American here on American soil in New York City. The administration, of course, recently placed sanctions on more than 500 individuals relating to the killing of Alexei Navalny in Russia on Russian soil. So my question is, are any similar sanctions on or travel bans being considered for those who we believe may be responsible for the attempted murder of Mr. Pannan?
Thank you, Representative Phillips. This is a serious issue between the United States and India. The Department of Justice has alleged that an Indian citizen, at the behest of someone working in the Indian government, has attempted to kill an American citizen on American soil. We take this in the administration incredibly seriously and have raised it at the highest levels with India. We are, at the moment, working with India to encourage India to hold accountable those responsible for this terrible crime. What we can see is that India itself has announced that they have created a committee of inquiry to look into this matter, and we ask them to work quickly and transparently to make sure justice is done.
Thank you. With the remainder of my time, I'd like to talk about economic issues. If you could give an assessment of the current economic situation in Pakistan. Of course, a growing economy is good for stability. It's good for this partnership and trade. I know it's still early, but if you could provide an assessment of how you see things right now, I'd appreciate it.
No, not only is it really important for the Pakistani people that they have economic stability and economic growth, it's important for America. We have lots of investments in Pakistan. There are lots of franchises and American businesses working throughout Pakistan. Their success is our success. One of the issues I think that we face with the Pakistani economy is a real difficulty to invest and to trade there. We are calling on Pakistan to reform many of the ways it does business with foreign partners, and in doing that, they will attract American investment, but they'll also attract investment from the Pakistani private sector. Pakistani investors are smart. They want to work in a place where they can make money. And so some of the things that we're calling for are reform of the regulations that will allow repatriation of profits out of the country, cutting down on bureaucratic red tape, and more predictable regulations. If Pakistan is willing to do that, I think you'll see large numbers of American investors flocking to Pakistan. It's a really interesting place to invest if it had the right conditions.
All right. Thank you, sir. And with that, I yield back.